Welcome, my beautiful Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising. I'm so glad you're here to catch up and look into your 2026 forecast. I'm going to be pulling some cards for the overview of your year, and then together we're going to do each one of the quarters, looking at how you're going to grow and expand throughout 2026. Just want to let you know on January 25th, I am going to be having a free workshop. And in this workshop, I'm going to look at the big astrological shifts for 2026 and pull a tarot and oracle card for each one of the months. If you're interested, the link is below. Come join me. If you can't come for the whole time or during that day, the replay will be sent to you. So with further ado, let's dig into the cards. I'm going to share my camera with you so that you can see the beautiful cards that I have pulled for your overview. As I go through and I tell you the card decks, the card meanings, and what are the meanings that I have from my own intuition and channeling from my own spirit team, I invite you to do the same for yourself. This is spiritual sovereignty and it's so important. So for me, I believe that my spirit team consists of the larger spirit, universe, source, creator, God, however you want to name that. As well, I have angels, I have saints, I have my ancestors, I have my spirit guides, and my loved ones in spirit. So that's who I believe, as I'm doing these cards, are sending me the messages. And then I'm getting my intuitive hits. And so for you, I'm getting you to listen to your spirit team and to lean into what are the images, thoughts, phrases, feelings that are coming in for you. Because that's your message. This is the collective, and your individual message is going to come to you. Grab a notebook, journal, start writing down some of the ideas as I speak. Okay, so first, I chose to use the Archetype deck from The Wild Unknown. And Kim Krantz, she in this Archetype deck really explores archetypes. And this one is the Siren. So that's an interesting one for you, Sagittarius. The Siren is the mermaid or the nymph, same idea. And it's that call of the siren, almost a pull in which you can't not go. You have to go down and follow the siren into the depths of the ocean and then work your way back to the surface. And the idea of this transformational journey of going with the siren, following her back and following her into the depths and back is that you are going to come back to the surface as a different person, a different version of yourself. And without that experience of going into those almost mystical places, you without that experience, you just won't have the same changes. You just won't be able to shift and transform your life in the same way. So you have to follow that mystical, magical pathway that is coming towards you. And with the old magic oracle, it is a card of grief. And it was interesting as I leaned into this because I had to do several things. First of all, saying, really, grief? Grief, spirit team? And it is grief because it's talking about as we go into the on this mystical journey, there's things that we recognize that we're attached to that have been part of the paradigms we have followed. And as we awaken to a new way of looking at something, a new understanding, there's almost a grief in the sense of awakening. We're going, I can't believe that I've been doing this for so long and not realizing the changes and not realizing what it really means. And so it's allowing you to have this powerful and sacred grief, just allowing it to be, allowing what does not serve you to go away and to heal you and to bring you into a place that is whole and complete. And then we move into the beautiful energy of the Faye Oracle, the maple, joy, growth, and harmony. Such a beautiful, powerful tree, especially here in Canada. And when you think of following and being under a maple tree, and you recognize that how many years a maple tree takes to grow and what you're looking for. So, what is the grief? Is that you are looking, your compass point is towards joy, growth, and harmony. Looking, and that's how you're going to find it. It's going to be your flagstones where you find these aspects. That's what you're going to be moving towards and moving towards with the siren and asking yourself, is this where I'm finding my joy? Is this where my growth is happening? And if it's not, making shifts. Because love is your numerology. So, Michelle Buchanan, love is your signpost. You are looking to develop love for yourself, love for your life, love for those around you, love. Just filling your life with love so that it is overflowing. And this often seems like a really easy thing. Oh, I'm just going to have love. And now this is the rub. The rub is falling deeply in love with ourselves, means seeing the duality, the dark shadow sides of ourselves and the happy, beautiful, joyous parts of ourselves. And love encompasses it all. There is a deep acceptance, a deep delight in everything that exists, the grief and the joy. That's what love is. Love is about all emotions. Love is about all experiences and recognizing that they are for you. Next, we have the Tao Oracle. And this is the corners of the mouth. It's through the I Ching. It's getting us to think about nourishment, well-being, providing for others, creating balance, nourishing the body, mind, and spirit. So I see this as checking and saying which areas as you go through this year, as you even start this year, because what is it you're trying to go through and create for yourself in 2026? Where are the areas that you require nourishment so that you can have joy and growth and harmony? Where is it that you require support or to support others in grief as they release what no longer serves them? And it is loving yourself enough to stop and provide this nourishment and guidance. And I have because what I have coming in is nourishment, it's guidance, and you're just providing the environment and the time to have it. Because life can get so busy, and lots of times we're just so busy doing that we forget that we're a human being, and we forget because it named all four corners, and you're going on this mystical journey. So, is this more about your body? Is it about your mind? Is it about your soul, your spirit? What are you doing? Where are you going? And creating this time and the space for that nourishment. And next, we have this is the soul oracle. So there's no words. What we end up doing is we look at the image, we look at the colors. How is it connecting with us? What's going on? And for me, this ties into the emotions. I see this as a reflection of the moon and the moon in its different phases. I see it as well as just highlighting our crown chakra. And that's how we connect to the divine. It's how we go on our spiritual, esoteric, mystical journeys. And that's what this year is inviting you on. It's inviting you to move forward and explore perhaps these areas that are untouched, unexplored for yourself. I'm now going to go through each one of the quarters. So this is January, February, March, the first quarter. And I've got the Lightseer Tarot by Chris-Anne Donnelly, and I'm going to pull 3 tarot cards just to figure out what is the energy for this quarter. And we have the 7 of Pentacles. We have the 3 of Pentacles. And we have the King of Cups. And now I'm going to pull the Colette Baron Reed Animal Spirit deck. And just wondering, what is the energy that we're looking at for this quarter? The Seahorse Spirit, watch and wait. Okay. I'm now going to break open each one of these, tell you what they mean and what my intuition, and I invite you to really listen for yourself, what your own intuition and soul is telling you. Seven of Pentacles. Pentacles is the suit of earth. It's the suit of our everyday living. It's our work, our home, our finances, our family. And the Seven of Pentacles is really, it's like watch and wait. It is very much that energy. In here, this person has planted these seeds and they've nourished it, they're taking care of it, and they're waiting until it continues to grow. So you're putting seeds in the soil and you're waiting for it to grow. You're creating in the act of creating. And here, the Three of Pentacles is same suit, and it's talking about active collaboratively creating. It means you're working with others, and it might even be co-creating with spirit, other people at work, other people in your family, other people that you're going on this mystical journey with. Maybe you're finding groups that are going to help you connect to your crown chakra, connect to your spirituality, connect to the next part of your journey as you dive deep with the Siren. Oop. The King of Cups is in reverse, and every card reader reads reversals in their own way. I choose to read reversals saying that this card, and this card specifically, was chosen for that place. So out of the 78 cards, I'm going to look at this energy. So then I ask myself three questions. Is this card being blocked? Or is the energy coming in? Or is the energy going out? And you ask yourself the same as I continue to share. I believe this energy is coming in. This work is happening. And the King of Cups is the suit of water. It's the suit of our emotions. It's the suit of our relationships and intuition. And it's learning how to keep a real tabs and connection to who you are and how you feel about what you're growing and how it's going. It can be challenging because watching and waiting what we're growing through all these shifts can be a little bit difficult. It can be like, well, I would like it now. And so the King of Cups is really with deep love and care saying, you know what? All of these emotions, they're real. So we're going to deal with them. We're going to validate them and we're going to process them so that they hold us towards our highest potential and they help move us towards what we're growing and creating. And now I'm going to pull for each one of the quarters, Judith Orloff's surrender card. Just wondering, what are you being invited, Sagittarius, to surrender to? You are being invited to surrender to what is. It's flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace. So, lots of times when we're watching and waiting, we can't change it. We can't just miraculously make this tree grow. We can't change what's happening yet. So it's recognizing, saying, okay, right now, this is where I am, and going with that flow, figuring out where you find your joy, where you find your nourishment, where you find your excitement is coming in this waiting period of the year. Oop, I'm pushing it out of the camera. Can't do that. Okay, next we have the Wild Reflections Tarot. I like using, oops, just flipping over. I like using different tarot decks for each one of the quarters so we can see if there's any repeating cards. Okay, so our second quarter, which is April, May, and June. April has a lot of astrological shifts coming in. So let's see what that is for you. We have the Two of Wands in reverse. We have the Lovers And we have the Five of Swords. And we're going to look at what energy with the magical spirit oracle. What is the energy of this for you, Sagittarius? Harmony. May sweet and soft things find you. Ease, inner child, softness. I see that tied to the nurturing aspect, making sure that you're nurtured. So in here, we have the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands is really about choice. And this next card is about choice. So in reverse, I see it coming in, but it can be a block. It can be a block, meaning I don't want to make a choice. I don't want to, because whenever we don't make a choice, we're actually making a choice. But sometimes then it's happening to us and we feel like victims. This card is inviting you to be part of it in both of them. So I'm going to talk about it. The Two of Wands, Wands is the fire, suit of fire, creativity, passion. What journey are you choosing to go on? What are you keeping? What's happening? So in here, there's a world up here, a globe up at the top. And it's about making choices about where you want to go, choices about how you want to do it, choices about when and who are you going to do it with. And it's about you making the choices and not it just happening to you. And the Lovers is the major arcana. Major arcana, Lovers is about love. So it might be a choice about love. But really, the essence of this card is about the choice about what you love and recognizing that every aspect is you have a choice. Do you want to keep it? Do you want to let it go? Do you want to move towards? Do you want to move away? So when we look at your year as you're moving, it's taking almost like I'm going into my heart, I'm going into my soul, however your clairs are there. Maybe it's a sense of knowing. Do you want to do this? Do you want to keep down this path? Do you want to keep with this experience, these people? And do you know if it's the right time? Or is it just like, you know what? I'm just going to throw the dice. And I love being able to understand that just choosing it quickly is good for me. I can easily move from one to the other to the other. And I can quickly and easily make choices that are for my highest good, connecting with my spirit team. So that is what that is about. And then we have the Five of Swords. Swords is the suit of air. It's the suit of communication in our thinking. And in here, the story of this card is that we have one person who has beaten another person. They have created a win-lose situation and they have everything. So you might see yourself in this card, meaning that you might be the one who had everything taken away, or you might be the one that's taking everything away. And this card is about recognizing creating a win-win, recognizing how, if everything is taken away from you, do you still have your own autonomy? Do you still have everything that you want? Because really, it's letting you shed everything away from you. And it's happening for you, not to you. It's really letting go of that victim consciousness and it's embracing the curiosity of understanding how each choice and each action, no matter which end you're at, brings you closer to your highest potential. And it gets you to recognize that if you are the one that in order to get where you want to go, that you are taking everything away. Is that the legacy you want? Is this bringing you closer to love, love of self, love of others, love with a group? And maybe it is. Maybe it's like, I am taking this over because I know that this is the way forward. Or it might be, no, you know what? I'm acting out of fear. I'm acting out of worry. I'm acting out of desperation. And I don't want that. This discordance of the five is present. So it's watching, it's getting, to me, this is a red flag in the second quarter because there's so much positivity about choice. There's so much positivity about harmony and moving forward in such a way. So wherever you find this discord, to really listen and ask yourself a lot of questions. Is this where you want to be? And is this how you want it to do it? And if yes, then move forward. And if no, take care of yourself and make different choices. And what is the surrender you're doing? Surrender to play. Take a break from overthinking a goal. Do something fun. Play is a time of recreation and rejuvenation. So, Sagittarius, this is kind of echoing this piece because where you find this discordant, hard, dense energy, move towards the play, move towards the joy, move towards finding choices that lift you up and elevate your emotions. Next, I have the wisdom, the Cosmic Wisdom Oracle by Ethany. And this is now our third quarter of the year. And what is happening? This is for July, August, and September. We have the Eight of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, again in reverse, and the High Priestess. And the energy that we're going to be looking at is from Alana Fairchild's The Sacred Rebels deck. What is the energy? Listening for truth. So you're going to be listening for truth. So the Eight of Swords is a suit of air, communication, and thinking. And in here, you can see she is bound and she is blindfolded. And the idea that the swords are all around her, but she could just lift her arm and take her blindfold off. So the Eight of Swords is really about our own thinking, really about we just need to make a shift in our thinking and we will shift our perspective of what's happening. That idea of shifting out of victim consciousness, it's happening to me, to it's happening for me. That reframe really allows us to understand the situation with a different perspective, understand our life with a different perspective. And it's like the siren. The siren could be, this is some horrible monster calling you to the depths of the earth, to the depths of the ocean, and you have to break your way out to come back. Or the siren is actually bringing you on this mystical journey that's going to really inform your soul of how to move forward. Two very different perspectives, this exact same situation. And so, wherever you find yourself in fear, anxiety, denseness, it is getting you to shift your perspective with intention. And if that means going and talking with someone, do that. If that's a therapist, if that's a card reader, if that's a friend, go and do that because how you're seeing it can easily be changed by just shifting your perspective. What's coming in the Three of Pentacles is that if you don't shift your perspective, then this is a block. If you do, then this comes in and you have collaboration with the people you're working with, collaboration, co-creating with spirit. It's really a collaborative process of creating. But you have to make sure that you shift and check your perspective. And the High Priestess, which is a major arcana card, really speaks, once again, it's coming in. Now, if you don't check your perspective and you don't deal with the Eight of Swords, this is going to be a block. When it's not a block and you deal with it, then the High Priestess really is energy that comes in of deep intuitive understanding. This is a major arcana. So this is that deep connection with true source, with what is happening. Often the moon is involved. So it's moon phases and connecting with the moon, connecting with our intuition and knowing that we are understanding and trusting it and listening for truth and believing that it is truth. So that's where we have this listening for the truth, knowing that it is truth. The High Priestess is saying, yes, it is. It is connected to your truth. It is connected to your spirit team and the highest version of who you are, as long as you deal with the perspective. If you don't, then you might not be listening to truth. So you would need to then recheck that. And that seems like a real inside job in that quarter. You're really working with your own mind, and you're working with your own thinking and your own emotions and how they're interacting for you. So it's that inside work, that inside job, and loving yourself in every part of it. And because when we're in this Eight of Swords energy, sometimes we can be hard on ourselves and judgmental and critical. And it's saying, no, we need to love this part of yourself. Our ego, our nervous system really has these breakers on for us because it's trying to keep us alive, it's not wanting for us to change. And yet we are in a year of change. We are in a year of evolution. And so we have to thank our nervous system and say, thank you so deeply for helping me, because you're here. You have a purpose. I'm now going to just ask you to step back because I need to shift my thinking and my perspective so that I can move forward. I do this with love and I move forward. So it's asking you to surrender to creativity. Creativity is not just the 3D creativity, which is 3D creativity, but like the typical, which is painting, sculpting, singing. Creativity is about what we manifest in this world. It says, let your imagination soar, stay open to all creative ideas about how to pursue a dream or solve a problem. Creativity is in our thinking. Creativity is how we want to navigate this world in many different ways. And maybe you have to creatively, maybe this is the shift as we get into the second half of the year. We're stuck at the bottom of the ocean and now we're moving our way upwards. And that might be a problem for us. So it's creatively connecting to that part of ourselves so that we can brainstorm and popcorn ideas and work collaboratively with others to get them to just help us come up with as many creative ideas as possible. And our last quarter, this is October, November, December. The tarot cards that I'm using is This Might Hurt tarot deck. And so we're going to find out what is the energy of the last quarter of October, November, December. We have Four of Wands. And we have 10 of Wands. And we have Strength, Major Arcana card of Strength. And then I'm going to pull Asha Frost's Medicine Oracle for our energy, Sagittarius, in this one. It is saying, what is the energy? Drum medicine, regulation. Okay, the Four of Wands is about celebrating, taking a break. This is a celebration. They've come together, they're celebrating, they're having joy, and they're having fun. And it's really taking your moments throughout this year to really recognize what you want to celebrate, what you want to put an accent on, what you want to remember, what you want to write down, and make sure that you go where you have flow. So this is where, from this creativity, you're now creating these joyous, fun places, climbing a maple tree, running around the maple tree and moving around. And the reason is because 10 of Wands, you've been doing a lot of heavy lifting. 10 of Wands is about the end is coming near. There is so much heavy work. So recognizing that you need to nourish yourself and find a balance between the heavy lifting and moving and shifting and celebrating and taking time to have fun and joy. And if you're not in balance, then you need to find that balance. And this Major Arcana, the Strength card, this is a young lady and she's taming this lion. The idea behind this is that you have the strength to do the hard work. You have the strength to find balance in your life for the joy as well. And we have strength to also, another aspect is work with ourselves in mind, body, and soul. We have the strength to look at ourselves in all these different ways and find that mystical balance and not having one overtake the other. They're all just working so wonderfully. We're listening to our body, we're listening to our heart, we're listening to our intuition, we're listening to our soul, we're listening to our mind and the analytics. All of it has a place, all of it is there, and we have the strength to hold that for ourselves so that we know when to break, when to work hard, when to move, when to sit. And this beautiful card speaks about that, the drum medicine, regulation, and recognizing how you regulate. Do you beat a drum to your own heartbeat? Do you sit and listen to your own heartbeat, bringing it down if you need regulation because your nervous system is out of whack? Do you need a little bit of giddy up because you need to be working hard and you're exhausted and tired and you don't want to do it? And so you might want to have, I'm thinking of music, that beat that just makes you dance and move and say, you know what, I can do this hard stuff by just listening and dancing to this hard music and singing along to it. This is about regulation and choosing how you're going to nourish yourself as you go through this aspect of the year, the end of 2026. And finishing as you come, you're coming now back to the surface. You've been down to the depths with the siren and you're coming back. And now it's regulating. You've done the hard work of going down and coming up, of creating, of moving forward. And now you're back up at the surface, a new person, a new version of you at the end of 2026. And it's regulating that because lots of times that can be hard when there's a change and it's new. I now have the Sufi Oracle. Just overall, what are some messages that the oracles are giving us? You are unique, so be yourself. Everyone else is taken. You are very unique, Sagittarius. And I want you to recognize your uniqueness. And the road that you're on is not one taken by others. And so you need to have the strength to stay there and to enjoy it and find pleasure and find purpose and service in it and nourishment. This is Rebecca Campbell's Ancient Stones Oracle. And I'm wondering for you, it is obstacles. Find another road, be flexible, change. So throughout this year, where you find obstacles, it is a sign for you. This is a nod to the Two of Wands, choice, lovers, the Five. Wherever you find obstacles, wherever you find the Eight of Swords, wherever you find difficulty, obstacles, be flexible. How else can you do this for yourself? How else can you find a way forward? And we have our moon deck. And our moon deck is the eclipses, are very karmic moments of astrology. Conscious eating nourishes me. So once again, we have another nod to nourish. How do you nourish yourself? What is the food that you're putting in your body? What are you putting in your body? And being very conscious of it. And then now asking, what is the elder animal spirit? This is Asha Frost's elder animal spirit. What spirit is going to be guiding you throughout this year? Elder eagle, soar with insight. As you're making your choices, Make sure you're looking at it from the 10,000 foot view. Recognize however you're nourishing, just thinking about putting food in your body. The more you feed yourself good food that's going to sustain you, it will sustain you over a longer period of time and for many years. Recognizing that what you're building and what you're going through is not just for today, not just for this moment, but it's for that long view, that 10,000 foot view. Beautiful Sagittarius, this is your 2026 reading. It's been my honor to pull these cards for you. If you have enjoyed it, I would ask you to like this video, subscribe, or share it with another Sagittarius that could benefit from this information. And remember, January 25th, I have my astrology and cards. The free workshop, the link is below, so come join me. Many blessings to you, Sagittarius, and until next time, keep leading with your soul.